Hi, welcome. This is gear number 2, the beginner YouTuber. Giving you a beginner's journey. The video begins, the shot of the puzzle I just made, using that as a background. This is probably a huge mistake, but as before, that's my goal, is to do what beginners do. So notice there's a big plastic bag. So with my gear for my D80 Canon DSLR, I carried my stuff in a plastic bag. Again, I'm also shooting with my 50mm lens. I've heard it referred to as the Nifty 50, and so I have to zoom in myself to be able to get pictures of what I need. So I'm opening up and there we got a container. The container is for battery storage and my storage cards. You see? This is not the Canon. They got it so that it would be easier to find my batteries when I needed them. In addition to that, I have my Canon charger. So the camera did come with a charger and one battery. I bought 2 additional batteries. So I have one in the camera operating and the 2 that are in the case. I also got a charger for my off-brand batteries. If we look at it, I'm going to do a zoom in. A Sony power. They seem to work well. I've had this battery in my camera for the whole week. I've never turned the power switch off. I was watching a video and somebody said, no need to turn the power switch off, it just takes a lot of time for the battery to, or for the camera to reset itself every time you turn it off or on. So I thought, okay, well, I'll follow some advice, I don't know. And sure enough, the battery tends to maintain a charge. So that's working. So now I've got a battery charger for the off-brand, battery charger for the Canon, a case for the Canons, and then also a case for my scan disc, storage for all my shots. And then I've been talking about my 50mm camera. Oops. So what I did is I went out and bought myself a kit lens. EFS 1855mm, autofocus, and also it's got a stabilizer. It feels fairly light, fairly inexpensive. It was less than $80 shopping around on Amazon. Eventually you'll find something. Made sure I read reviews and watched some YouTube videos so that I'd try to avoid getting ripped off as much as possible, but sometimes you just never know. So here I had my gear. My camera is in my hand. I have a little tripod, $17, fits in my hand, so it holds the camera a little more stable, but maybe not as stable as it could be. The lens does not have a stabilizer selection for it, so I don't have that advantage. But I had my plastic bag that I was carrying my stuff around, and it just seemed like the stuff stuck in the bag bouncing around on top of each other was not very appropriate for the situation. So I'm moving on up. So we pan over, and there I got myself a gear backpack. Come over here, grab the thing, set it up. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to turn off and on my camera, because when I upload my video to YouTube, I just want to have one continuous shoot. So there you see the backpack. It's got a section here where you put in your lenses, a slot for the camera. Top of the bag has space to be able to put in odds and end equipment. That's where I placed my storage and my battery pieces in there. Lens will go down there. So I'm upgrading my gear, making it so that I can pack everything up, make it convenient, don't set things around and figure out and try to figure out where I put them. So I like organization. The other thing I got was a smartphone holder, I guess. You put it on the tripod, and that way you can shoot with the smartphone. So I've got a D80 Canon. I got my smartphone, I can shoot video on it. And I want to get something like a GoPro. Doesn't have to be a GoPro, but something that I can just shoot continuous wide angle footage and be able to cut from it and insert into videos. But I haven't got to that point yet. I'm still at the rookie stage, the beginner stage. I'm acquiring gear. I have recently shot 3 days of footage from when my patio, or not my patio, but my driveway and my walkway in the backyard was poured, and those are on my YouTube channel. You've probably, if you're watching these, you've seen those. So I'm going to be taking that footage and doing editing to it. But being a rookie, I don't know how to edit yet. I don't even know which software I want to use. I was going to go with the DaVinci by Blackmagic, but I wasn't set up on my computer to be able to handle that program. So I'm still in the search, but in the meantime, I still do things like collect my gear, getting into a storage state, shooting video, maintaining a weekly presence, trying to. It's my goal. I've got some basic projects on the way. I want to be able to edit the footage that I shot from my cement pour, and that will be like practice footage. So I just wanted you to see what the raw footage looked like before any editing. And that's not to say that it's going to happen anytime soon, but it's there. And as I accumulate my footage and my story, I will be making progress. So what's my next stage? Well, we have sound to worry about, and we also have lighting to worry about, creating a stage presence. Right now I'm in my room, and notice that I'm taking a shot of all the equipment sitting on top of the puzzle that's on my little table in my man cave. So I haven't sorted out yet my studio presence. I have been looking into, what do they call it, green screen. That's a whole different thing to have to learn about, which actually comes with the editing phase, because I think you have to download and put in the backdrop that you want to choose. But I'm getting there, and I'm shooting close to 10 minutes. I think that I've got you caught up. New gear, I've got the new lens, so that's also a zoom 18 to 55. It's on the crop cutting lens or camera body, so that means that the 18 turns into be like 25 millimeters, something like that. The 55 is around 70 to 80 millimeters. So we'll be playing with that a little bit. I'll show you some shots with that. That'll be one of the next coming things when I maybe shoot some more video. I'm thinking of my van build, and it's still at a totally no work done yet. I have purchased a couple of things to do, like install my Max fans, Max air fans, that's what they're called, and also I have some sound deadening material to stick onto the walls to try to deaden it. I thought I would do dimensions of my van so I could show people how far it is from the back door to the slider, or the height of the ceiling. And I know I'm not the first person to do this, but as a beginner, and part of my goal is to do van build videos on top of showing you how I'm getting started on YouTube. I have a whole lot of irons in the fire, and now the iron's starting to melt, so I gotta get busy before I lose my focus. If you have any questions or anything, please post them in the comments section below the video. Also, I'm looking for subscribers. You know, there's something emotional about that when you open up your channel. I do, and I look to see how many views I have, and I'm not really doing any great promotions because I'm trying to create content and get several videos. I figured 20 to 30 videos before I actually start any real video editing and creating some better looking content to push out onto YouTube. But my van build dimension video, that would be one of the next ones that I will be doing. So I look forward to doing that. I'm not sure exactly when. I live in the high desert, in the Mojave Desert of Southern California, and it's been freezing for the last 2 or 3 weeks. That's about the time that I've had my camera in my van, and I am waiting for warmer weather. So, signing out, trying not to ramble, which I do. Thank you. Bye.